Hey, this is Joe at the Pour Over.
And this is Zan at the Pour Over.
Today, we're talking about President Trump saying Russian President Putin has gone crazy, a car driving into a crowd in Liverpool, England, the Trump admin's latest move against Harvard University, and other top news for Wednesday, May 28th. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with the Pour Over today.
Here's your quote of the day. Christ has taken our nature into heaven to represent us, and has left us on earth with his nature to represent him. John Newton. Let's get started with some espresso shots.
A Russia-Ukraine ceasefire is looking increasingly unlikely. Russia's weekend aerial assault, the largest of the three-year war, continued into Monday. Ukraine says Russia has launched nearly 1,000 drones since Friday, many aimed at civilian targets, including Kyiv apartments and university dorms. Ukraine's President Zelensky says the attacks lack any significant military logic, accusing Russian President Putin of simply wanting to send a political message. Western countries seem to agree. After the third night of attacks, President Trump said Putin, quote, has gone absolutely crazy, condemning him for, quote, needlessly killing a lot of people. Then, Germany's Chancellor Merz announced Western countries, including the U.S., were lifting any range restrictions on weapons delivered to Ukraine, giving a blessing to attack military positions in Russia. Russia called the decision a dangerous move and suggested President Trump is showing signs of, quote, emotional overload. The promise of heaven does not remove the pains of this world, but it does give us hope, strength, and peace during life's most difficult seasons. Join us in praying for everyone impacted by this years-long war. Revelation 21, verse 4 says, He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Grief, crying, and pain will be no more, because the previous things have passed away.
A parade in Liverpool, England turned to tragedy when a car rammed through the crowd, injuring more than 50 people. Hundreds of thousands of people had gathered for Liverpool FC's Premier League victory parade Monday evening when an SUV began driving erratically on a side street despite the surrounding crowd. When the car stopped, angry fans began smashing its windows before police were able to contain the chaos. A 53-year-old local man, believed to be the driver, was arrested shortly after the incident for attempted murder and driving under the influence. Investigations are underway to determine the driver's motive and how the car was able to enter the crowd despite robust traffic management and increased police presence. Authorities say they believe it was an isolated incident and not terrorism-related. Christians' radical love shines in our dark world when we love even those who hate and hurt us. Loving our enemies demonstrates that we belong to our Father, who loved his enemies so much that he allowed them to kill his son so that he could be close to them. Matthew 5:44-46 says, Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be children of your Father in heaven. For he causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. For if you love those who love you, what reward will you have? Don't even the tax collectors do the same?
Your move, Harvard. In the latest escalation, the Trump administration moved to terminate all remaining federal contracts with Harvard, estimated to be worth roughly $100 million, effectively severing all ties with the country's oldest university. Agencies will have until June 6th to make the cancellations. Contracts deemed crucial will be moved to other vendors. It follows President Trump threatening to redirect $3 billion of grants originally headed to Harvard toward trade schools. Meanwhile, a battle is also brewing on Capitol Hill over Trump's big, beautiful tax bill. Senator Ron Johnson from Wisconsin says there are enough Republicans concerned over how the bill would increase national debt to force significant changes. House Speaker Johnson from Louisiana had urged Senate Republicans to make as few changes as possible. Here's a verse to consider whether politicians let you down or deliver the win. My days are like a lengthening shadow, and I wither away like grass. But you, Lord, are enthroned forever. Your fame endures to all generations. Psalm 102, verses 11 and 12.
Whether it's for Mother's Day, Father's Day, or graduation day, give your loved ones a gift they might actually use forever, a CSB Bible. The CSB is a translation that's both highly readable and true to the original text, making it a great option for all Bible readers. From beautiful note-taking Bibles and comprehensive study Bibles to New and Old Testament guides and other giftable resources, CSB has a gift for everyone, no matter your preference or your budget. Plus, with personalization options, you can gift mom, dad, or recent grad with a Bible that's uniquely theirs. Check out the link in the show notes to find the perfect one today. In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. 4 former Volkswagen executives were convicted for their role in helping the German automaker fudge diesel emissions tests more than a decade ago. 2 of the execs will spend years in prison. Dieselgate, which came to light after a 2015 EPA investigation, cost VW $34 billion in fines and contributed to a global shift from diesel to electric vehicles.
It was the shove scene round the world. A video of French President Macron getting pushed in the face by his wife Brigitte went viral after the couple landed in Vietnam as part of a Southeast Asia tour. Macron dismissed it as harmless fun, stating, "We were bickering and joking," and criticized the worldwide reactions becoming a, quote, geoplanetary catastrophe.
Multiple manhunts are underway. 3 more of the 10 inmates who escaped from a New Orleans jail last week have been recaptured by authorities in Louisiana and Texas. 2 remain at large. Separately, a nationwide search continues for a former police chief convicted of rape and murder who escaped from a high-security Arkansas prison on Sunday.
COVID shots are no longer recommended for healthy children and healthy pregnant women, with federal health officials citing a, quote, lack of any clinical data to support repeat boosters for children. The president of the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists said he's disappointed, saying COVID infection during pregnancy can be catastrophic. Shots will remain available, but potentially not covered by insurance.
Mission Imstitchable? A live-action Lilo & Stitch and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, the 8th and allegedly final installment of the 29-year-old franchise, broke the record for biggest Memorial Day weekend opening ever, with Stitch's antics drawing $188 million, while Mr. Cruise's ubiquitous running yielded $77 million. Collectively, Americans spent $322 million at the box office this weekend, the most in over a decade.
That's all we have for today. Thanks so much for listening, TPO fam. If you're listening on the Apple Podcasts app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We're grateful for your support and hope you have a great day. See you on Friday.